Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have another drone to show you today. This was sent to me by the folks at Banggood. It's the KFPLAN KF101 folding drone with a 3-axis gimbal. And we'll kind of get into a little bit of the specs here in a minute, but I want to show you what comes in the bag. I saw this on Banggood's website. I just checked just now, and it was like $175.99. So this is solidly in the bargain price drone category. It is a GPS folding drone and does have a 3-axis gimbal again. So you know, we'll see what kind of video we get with it. Let's take a look at what's in the bag here first off. Let me get this box out of the way. So in the bag here you get the ubiquitous piece of foam, and then in the top here an owner's manual. And I've looked through this owner's manual. I like it because it's big. It's also, some of the things, the way they explain them in there are difficult to understand. So understand that you're going to be playing a part of this by ear. The other thing is, I noticed in this that they referred it to the drone as a Visuo drone. Visuo is another brand. I don't know if they made that for KFPLAN. I don't know what that connection is, but I suspect there is a twin to this that's a Visuo product. So what do you get in the bag here? You get the drone itself. Let's pull that guy out. And I actually have already had this out of the bag because I wanted to get the battery charging. But I haven't pulled any of the plastic off yet. So first time. So let's pull that off. And again, it's a folding drone, so let's fold the arms out so you get an idea of what it looks like here. And you know, there's pretty good snap when they get into place. And it does take a micro SD card. I just put an 8 gigabyte card in there. It shoots in, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but it shoots in 2.7K. It's supposed to take 4K photos. So anyway, doesn't shoot video in 4K, and it is 25 frames per second. And there is a sensor on the bottom here. It looks like a sensor. I don't know if I don't think it's an obstacle flow, and I'm trying to decide if it has a piece of plastic over it or not. I'll figure that out. It looks like an infrared sensor. So anyway, we'll leave that as it may. And then the battery right here, battery just clicks in right at the top. And let me look at it while we're looking at that. It's a 2500 milliamp battery, and I think they were claiming 25 minutes flight time. Let me look at my notes here. No, they're saying 30 minutes. I'm telling you, my experience is they always exaggerate a little bit. If you get 20 minutes out of a battery, you're probably going to be doing good. And you know, usually for me, after 20 minutes of flying, I'm ready to land the drone anyway. So it has instructions on the bottom here on how to get the gimbal cover off. So we did that, and we do see a 3-axis gimbal there that moves in all 3 axes. And they also say that it has electronic image stabilization. So we'll see how that looks. And it looks to me, yeah, it looks to me like there's plastic over that, so I'll have to remove that as well. So yeah, that's about it. Brushless motors, again, which you know you've come to expect on almost all drones like now. You know, not too many brushed motor drones anymore, and brushless motors are definitely an advantage. They're more powerful. Some of the things that they say about it is that it's got a 1.2 kilometer range, or then an optional 3 kilometer. Guys, I have no idea what that means. Is this the 3 kilometer or 1.2? I know often they will boost the range, Wi-Fi range of your cell phone through the controller. And so let's take a look at the controller. One of the encouraging things about this controller is that I can tell you, I've looked in here and there's wires in both of these antenna. So that means that they're both functional antenna. So it leads me to believe that you will get some pretty decent range. Pretty simple remote here, you know, your usual gimbal sticks, and then you definitely have a LED display there, just giving your basic flight data, which is always welcome. You know, DJI can't put that on their RCN1, but these toy drone makers, or close to toy drone makers, can. But anyway, buttons wise, you got on, off, and it does have an internal battery, which I like, so you're not putting a bunch of AA batteries in it. So you got return to home. This is to turn GPS on and off and put it in headless mode. And then this is the button you push to start a compass calibration. And then it's got speed modes. I don't know if it's 2 or 3 speed modes, but that's what that button is for. And then you've got on this side to start video, this side to take a picture, and you have right here a scroll wheel to move the gimbal up and down, and that's where you mount your cell phone right there, your mobile device. So, you know, I mean, it's a pretty standard looking controller. It feels pretty good. So yeah, let's, you know, we'll hope for the best. Looking forward to getting it out and flying it. So also, there's a box, and I am not going to open up this box for you, but what this guy has in it, it has some extra props, it has a screwdriver, and it has the ubiquitous USB-A to USB-C cable in there for charging, etc. And you will have to charge it. There is a, I can get this battery off again. There is a USB-C port on the side of the battery for charging, and plan about 5 or 6 hours to charge this guy. So you're really going to have to plan your flights with this drone, because it's going to take a while to charge it. And there is a USB-C port on the bottom of the controller for charging it as well. So let's see, what else can I tell you about it? You know, I don't know exactly what intelligent flight modes it's going to have on it. I believe it has waypoints, and it says it will do tracking. You know, is that optical tracking or tracking the GPS on your mobile device? I suspect that's what it is. Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably have an orbit mode, etc. When we get out to fly it, we'll dig into the app and figure that out. And the name of the app, let me see if I can find that real quick. The app for this drone is called the VS GPS Pro, and so I haven't looked at it much yet. I can tell you there's QR codes in the manual for whether you're on Android or iOS, so you should be able to just be able to pick that right up. So yeah, I think that's about it for the unboxing here. Let's get this guy out in the field and give it a flight and see how it does. Hey, okay guys, when I got back from flying the KF-101, the KFPLAN KF-101 drone, I'd hoped to take a look at the video off the SD card. It was empty for whatever reason. I don't know why it didn't record the SD card. I looked through the menus. I didn't see anything there that I had to enable or something. Not saying I couldn't have missed something. It's possible. However, there was a cache video saved. Now, it also is somewhat corrupted. For whatever reason, you guys will see that my FPV feed was really horrible and lagging pretty badly, and you'll see the same thing in that cache video. So for that reason, I'm not going to be able to sync up the cache video with the screen recording. So what you will see is the screen recording throughout most of the video. Then that cached video, I will put it at the very end when I'm doing my conclusion. So anyway, just wanted to explain it to you and let you know what was going on there. Hey, okay, I'm out in the field with the KFPLAN KF-101 drone. We're going to get this guy up in the air and try it out. It's, you know, fairly mild today. I'm going to say in the mid-60s, very little wind. So really almost perfect conditions to try this guy out. The light is kind of flat, so take that into consideration when you're looking at the video. But let's get this guy up in the air. I'm not sure what all features we're going to find in the app. It was pretty sketchy in the instruction manual, so let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Hey, okay, I've got the the drone fired up and the controller fired up, you know, very easy to bind the remote to the drone itself. So simply on the left stick you go up to the top and then down. It took probably 45 seconds or so, and then we got it bound. And then you push this button down here to start a compass calibration. I did 3 spins to the right with it horizontal, and I got a beep. I did probably 2.5 spins then in the vertical position and got a beep, so we should be good to go. And then to do the gyro calibration, it's both sticks down and to the right. That all went very smoothly. So now I just need to fire up the app and get the make sure that it's connected to via Wi-Fi. So I'm looking on Wi-Fi here, and I can't remember what the name is. I wonder. Yeah, there it is, ZGEIS 5G. So we're going to connect to that. There, we're connected, so that's good. I'm going to start a screen recording here real quick. And I'm getting a few drops of rain here, kind of interesting. Sun shining and rain at the same time, only in Idaho. So let's see, so then the app here, let me find it. It is the VS GPS Pro app. So firing that up here. Connecting to aircraft it says, which is good. Unconnected aircraft, so don't know what that means. I don't know. We're all connected. Unconnected aircraft. Yeah. How do you enter the? Oh, there we go. We finally got it here. So and we've got. Except for now, it's upside down. So the SD card needs to be formatted. So I'm going to do that on the screen. Let me take my phone out and put it in the other way. Okay, so I told it it could access my photos. First thing it's asking is return to home altitude 30 meters is fine, so I'm going to click save on that. Equipment connected, we have GPS. It is in Chinese, and I remember I thought initially I told it that I wanted to be in English, and I'm looking to see if there's some place to do that here, and I don't see it. Let's enter device again. Yeah, settings success. So I'm going to go into photo here, and I was looking for a menu to format the card. Preview mode, full. Let's see what this is. Surrounding radius. So it's set on 5 meters. Let's kick that up. I believe this is one of those drones that you have to set when you're doing a circle flight, you have to set the radius. So I've got it set at 14 meters. That should be good. We're going to save that. Setting success. What's the next one? Horizontal. We did that already. We want to take it out of beginner mode and return to home altitude is set. What I'm looking for here is, earlier it had asked to format the card, and I just don't see that setting anywhere in there. We've got 19 satellites. We should be good to go here. Let me see if I can put it in video mode, and I did. And we are going to start video recording now. It didn't give me anywhere that I could see any way to change the video resolution. I believe it's 2.7K. So supposedly it started recording. I'm going to shut the door to my car here, and let me make sure you can see it on the screen here. I'm going to back this camera up a little bit just so that you guys can see the takeoff here. Yeah, you got it now. We're going to try a takeoff on the app here. Like I said, 20 satellites now, so it's looking good. So far, this thing, for these kind of drones, this price range, this thing has been a piece of cake. So I'm hitting the takeoff button on the app, and I'm sliding to take off. And so maybe I need to arm the motors first. So I'm going to arm the motors manually, both sticks down and in. Motors armed. I'm going to hit that takeoff button again. Yeah, that's not working on the app, so I'm going to do a manual takeoff. The motor's quit, so we'll start the motors again. So we're going to do a manual takeoff. And it kind of moved up and down a little bit, but you know, it's moving around somewhat. You can see it on screen there. Let's yaw it around here. And it's moving up as it yaws. Yeah, it's moving around a little bit, but I mean, trust me, I've seen worse. So what I don't want it to do is go into the side of my truck, so we're gonna keep it. It keeps wanting to go that way. I'm keeping it the other direction. Okay, let's see if we can bring it in here. Well, I'll tell you what, it's I'm not liking how it keeps moving over towards my truck. I should have probably moved away just a little bit. I'm gonna try and bring it in, but it keeps moving that direction whenever yeah, okay. It seems to be attracted to my truck for some reason. When I let go of the sticks, it just heads that direction. So when I'm gonna point it this way, I'm gonna push full forward. That's a little better. Okay, let's bring it down. I want to bring it in so you can see it. It's actually kind of stabilized now, so it's feeling a little better. I just want to show you how that gimbal works. And that gimbal seems to be operating pretty darn good. I'm going to do a little droney here, so let's, yeah, yeah, okay. That camera is a little bit, and there's definitely lag in the FPV, so we're just going to leave that camera right where it's at, and let's see if we can do a manual droney. Well, let me find out what speed mode it is. So I'm going to hit the speed button here. That's 2. That should be low speed. Then that was just 1 beep. So let's go reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And you know what? This guy is doing just fine. I will say this, lots and lots of lag in the FPV feed. However, it's actually fairly clear. So I'm kind of messing around. Yeah, so there I dropped it down. There's definitely lag in these controls and in the FPV feed. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. Other than that, I'm telling you, I'm liking the way it seems to be flying okay. So I'm going to try some sideways moves here. And that's good. It seems to be doing okay. I'm looking here on the app if it tells me what speed mode. Yeah, so in not on the app, but in the telemetry on the controller, it tells me that it's in low speed mode. So now it's in high speed mode. So it just has 2 speeds. So let's go up a little bit. I'm telling you, you know, I'm getting lag in FPV, but so far the controls, it's kind of confusing me because of the amount of lag in FPV, but you know, I've got eyes on the drone, and controls wise, it seems to be not a whole lot of lag. So let's move forward here. And again, you know, I'm watching the drone move forward. Horizontal speed, yeah, boy, we're getting up to 8 meters per second. That's pretty darn good. I'm watching the drone. It's moving right along. We're about 25 meters high. Like I said, the negative here is the lag on FPV. There's significant lag. And the downside to that is it's going to make it difficult to get your shot, right? So when you're trying to get a shot and you got that kind of lag, and so I'm trying to move the drone towards the corner, and I just have to kind of take my time, because by the time I see the direction that I'm pointed on the FPV screen, you know, it just takes it a while. So I'm just doing it in little increments. I kind of want to go out to the corner here. So you guys are going to be able to see that on the screen recorder. And of course, the big key is what we're going to see with regard to, so I'm going to stop right there because I know I got some lag. Yeah, and I look at that. By the time it catches up, I'm almost, yeah, equipment. Yeah, I don't know what that beep was. Yeah, we got a beep there, and we are about, it says 763 meters away. We are not that far away. I'm just telling you. We're probably, I don't know, maybe 150 meters away. So there's definitely, oh boy, and see, like right there, I tried to get it pointed back towards us, and it's just impossible with this controller to see where you're pointed. So let me do it again here. See if I can get it back to us. Yeah, now it's kind of coming in a little bit better. And I'm going to stop here and see how much. Yeah. Okay, so I've got it vaguely pointed back towards us. That is a problem because it's really going to be hard to fly this guy with that much lag within the FPV. Yeah, and it's, you know, I'm telling you, distance-wise, it's not nearly. I'm looking at the drone right here. It's saying it's like 400 meters away, and trust me, it's not. But I'm telling you, it's got plenty of power. It's moving right along. Okay, like I said, the biggest struggle here is just trying to get the drone pointed because of all the lag in the FPV feed here. Yeah, and just you saw it right there. I spun that thing around, and it was. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You couldn't. I really couldn't see. It just makes it difficult to fly when it's like that. So much lag. So there, you know, I'm kind of guessing as to how much control stick I have to give it in order to get it back to me. And I'm looking, you know, I've got visual line of sight on the drone, so that helps. But still, even, you know, looking at what direction is it pointed and so forth is difficult. So that's a con. That's a big con on this guy. And, you know, you might not have as much trouble on your device. I also noticed that it must be using some processing power on my iPhone because my screen is starting to dim and it's not all that warm today. Let's bring it down here and let's see. I'm going to get it pointed at me. I got another car coming in here. It's funny when, you know, there's this huge empty parking lot, and it's weird. I think when people see you doing something, they naturally want to come in and see what's going on. So yeah, a number of people have parked right where I'm at here, but that's all right. It's a public park. Okay, so we're bringing it down and in. So there's a little drone. We're about halfway through the battery here, so we better get something done. I am going to see if we can walk out into the field here and see if we can try out some of the intelligent flight modes. So I may have to switch to my iPhone audio when we get out here, but we'll see. So I'm going to back the guy out. So we're heading back out over the field, grabbing a little altitude, and we'll see what's in the intelligent flight modes on this guy. I want to kind of try some of that stuff out before we use up the battery. You know, the big test is also going to be the video quality. So I've got high hopes for this guy. It does record to the SD card. I'm not so worried about the resolution. As long as it's clear, stable video. So I'm going to see if I can drop the camera down. There. Yeah, so you can see me down there now. It's, again, you know, it's one of those things that with this drone, it's you got so much lag in the FPV that it's hard to tell where you are. Okay, I think we're far enough out here now. Yeah, one more click down, and again, I'm getting lag on FPV here. One more click down. You know, so I don't know. Well, yeah, that's gonna have to do. Let's go into the menu here. If I click on that little cube, yeah, there we go. VR, waypoint flight, GPS follow. Let's do surrounding, and that should give us an orbit. Well, maybe. I clicked it and it went away, so let's try that again. Yeah, guys, I click on it, and yeah, all it does is make the menu disappear. So yeah, there may be something I'm doing wrong. Well, let's try follow me real quick. And I'm always a little nervous about that. It's GPS follow me. So let's see what it does. Yeah, it's not following anything, so I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's not taking commands on the app here. So, well, let's go to Waypoints and see what it gives us then. Let's see if we can do some. I'm looking for how to do it here. Yeah, waypoint 1. Oh, there you can set the speed and the altitude. Okay. Residence time 60 seconds. Well, let's just do a couple quick ones. Okay, and let's then hit go, I presume. Hit the slider there, and did it take the command? Yeah, it's not taking any commands here on this app, so I'm not sure what's going on. We're going to get out of that. We're just going to go back into regular flight here. So guys, with regard to the intelligent flight modes, it just doesn't seem to be taking those commands. So I don't know. I can try it one more time here and look and see what we might be doing wrong. Yeah, that just made one go away. Yeah, please confirm. So I'm sliding. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be getting it on the app, but it's not doing it. So I just got rid of everything there. We're going to go back and let's just fly it around a little bit. I'm going to go back to my car and try. It's funny trying to point this guy. It is just hilarious. There's so much lag that it's just all but impossible. Okay, let's put it in low speed and let's see. Let me get some altitude here just to be on the safe side. Range seems to be pretty good. We're up about 32 meters. Let's go full stick forward and let's see what we get in low speed mode. Yeah, horizontal speed, it's saying about, I don't know, about 5 meters per second. So that's pretty good for a low speed mode, I would say. The only thing that I can probably have an issue with is the distance meter. There is no way we're 300 and almost 400 meters away. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is on that. The controls, there's not that much lag in the controls. What there's lag in is in the FPV screen. And that is just frustrating as all get out because it makes it almost impossible to smoothly fly the drone. Okay, so I'm back in high speed mode. Again, we've got 19 satellites. And also I'm telling you what's odd is the telemetry on the controller agrees with the telemetry on the map, but I'm just telling you that is not correct. So we're back in high-speed mode. Let me just see if I can. I'm going to try and fly it here around. Yeah, and I don't know if that beeping was warning me. Oh, it's probably a low battery beep. Let's hit return to home. I hit return to home, and it is coming back. And it's coming back. It's making some time here. It's not messing around. I'm trying to drop the camera down again. We got some lag. But you know what? The return to home, I mean, it took that command immediately. So flight time there, I'm showing we've been recording for 16 minutes. That's not bad for a drone like this. I would say if you want this drone, I would definitely get a couple of batteries. And of course, my biggest concern is that it tries to land on my truck here, so. And I don't think it's gonna. I'm making sure that it's far enough the other way. And it did take commands on the sticks while it was in return to home. I'm gonna pick that camera back up. And there you should be able to see me standing there. And you know what? Of course, I moved it over, but it's pretty darn close to the pad. So I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to tell you that is important on a drone like this. If you don't stop recording before you shut off the drone, you'll very likely corrupt the file and may or may not be recoverable. So we're going to stop recording, and that should save everything to the SD card. It's funny now, once we land it, I see the battery percentage kicked up a little bit. Oh, but it is saying at the top of the app, low electricity, which is good. So anyway, let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the KFPLAN KF101 drone. Kind of a mixed review here. You know, the drone itself flew fine. I so appreciated how easy it was to get in the air. One of the big problems I find with a lot of these lower priced drones is trying to do the calibrations and getting connections and so forth can be difficult. This guy, it was very smooth, very easy to do. Followed the instructions in the manual, it worked perfect. The compass calibration, and as you saw, we had no issues with it toilet bowling or doing any kind of weird movements while up in the air. The controller, it responded well to the controls, other than just so much significant lag in that Wi-Fi FPV feed coming back to my phone. It made it all but impossible to fly it smoothly, because when you're trying to turn or something, there was so much lag that you just never could see where it was pointing. Now if you were looking up at the drone and you knew where the head was and so forth, you can fly it that way. The other issue that we had was that I couldn't get into any of the intelligent flight modes. We were certainly connected, with the app, because obviously we had FPV and so forth, but it did not respond to any other the controls in the app. I mean, the app seemed to be working, right? But the command didn't seem to get to the drone. When we tried to do an automated takeoff, when we tried to do any of the other automated features, an orbit, a follow me, or even a little waypoint mission, it just wouldn't accept those commands. So I'm not sure what to say about that. Would it, you know, if I'd have just rebooted the app, would it have been all right? I don't know. I only have one battery for it, so you know, I just did what I could with the single battery. Flight time, I'm just going to say, is okay. You saw we got about, I had the recorder on, we were recording for about 16, 17 minutes. I think I'm trying to remember what they said. I think they said 25 minutes flight time. Let me tell you, they all exaggerate. So 16 minutes flight time or 17 minutes is perfectly acceptable. If you want one of these, I'd get it with a couple of batteries, because you're going to want to fly probably a little bit more than that. Now, the big thing for me is how is the video quality going to look? You guys will have seen it already. I have the SD card, yeah, somewhere here. There's the SD card right there. There were no adjustments with regard to the resolution, so I could not choose like 720 or 1080. It's something like 24 something by 1080 or so, the resolution. It was an odd resolution number, but I'm not actually so concerned about that. What we want is good, stabilized, clear video. So hopefully that's what we'll see when I get it back. And again, you guys have already seen it. So I guess that's about it. Again, I've seen this on Banggood, and Banggood is who sent this drone to me. I think it was $179.99 or something like that, pretty close, around $180. Not a bad value. The only caveat I'm going to throw in there is without all that lag in FPV, and you may have a different experience. It could just be my setup, it may not like my iPhone, who knows. So again, you may have a different experience than I did. Other than that, I like the drone. I mean, it flew great. It responded to controls well. And in fact, I'll even take it a step further. This thing responded better to controls than most other drones in this price category and was more stable. So I was very happy with that. Speed-wise was good. Oh, the other anomaly was, for whatever reason, the distance meter, the height seemed to be pretty accurate, but the distance was way out of whack. You know, it was showing me out in the corner of the park over there at like 780 meters or something like that. And I know for a fact it's about 180 meters to that corner of the park. So anyway, take that for what it's worth. Not the most important thing, but really, oh, that's the other thing I should mention. Really no connection issues at all, which is huge on a drone in this price range. So that's another big positive for this guy. So anyway, that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And yeah, if you're interested, I'll put a Banggood, an affiliate, Banggood link down below, the KF101 KFPLAN drone. All right, see you guys later.